Nothing super to note here other than we're in space. And the spaceship has a name, the Mayflower. Which, tying all into that American history love of Kevin Levine. That American past love. It's not necessarily history, just... Okay, these are important. These screens are important for setting up the story. First thing we notice, again, it's with these weird robot technologies, but also it's all about these t-shirts. You can't read the bottom word there, but it's I shamed something. What did they shame? Don't know yet. But we have robots, we have this decadence with this golden piano. Right here again, we have, let's see here. We have read the on there, and we have read the on her shirt. We have eat the, and I can't read the last word on those shirts. These shirts are like coming up again and again and again. Nice. This looks like maybe shamed Judas. Maybe. Hard to tell. But, and that was the other thing. We see this, which is, we're going to see, is where magical powers shoot out. So everyone's got their magic left-hand powers. Yeah, there we go. I shamed Judas on there. Anyway, everyone's got their magic left-hand powers and are used for the technology, as we see with this handprint thing here. So we got that going on and already established. Again, we have 100%, and now we see this decadence turning into freaky nonsense. Like, this guy is not having a good time, but we have the people in the t-shirts with the hand powers. Again, so far, so Bioshock.
We're just planted in your brain like weeds or something. How would you do this for yourself?
Nope. Just a little farther back. Nope, just a little bit. There we go. We got 3 people on stage, and we have shirts that say, love the big 3. All right, so we know that you're going to be able to choose sides, and that's going to, and the different sides are going to be able to, it's going to adapt to that, right? That's been already out there. So odds are 3 of the choices are these 3, the big 3. All right. Moving on.
Do this for yourself. We both know the answer to that question.
So we have established the vibe, Space City setting. We've established the bad guys. We've established potentially who you're siding with. And we've established things about technology and themes already. We've already established all of that.
Nothing. You are the frog in a pot.
This scene is interesting. So
Slowly.
this is our character. We'll see later. But this flipping back and forth here, right? Notice the room. It's not just a little difference. The technology in the room is different between the 2 points, which imply, and she's in a completely different state. Although wearing a different colored tank top. Now, with Kevin Levine, we don't know. Is this just the way that choice is bifurcated, or is this actually, or is this parallel dimensions or something like that? I believe our name is Cassandra Rosenberg, given that the prompt at the beginning of our terminal line is Rosenberg at Cassandra. Judas is something popping up again, I believe. Well, we know that the name of the space station, it said Mayflower on it, so we don't know what Judas is. It could be Judas is an AI. Maybe. Don't know yet. Also, we have a different AI core process. Just wanted to call this one out. Hope core AI process. And then user local Judas AI core process. Or perception. Don't know what any of that means yet, but that's some interesting scene setting, and certainly not by accident.
Set you free. Whether you like it or not.
All right, now we have to go real slow through some of this. We have a city. The city is facing out to space. We don't see any kind of dome here that interdicts. So the city's facing out into space. We see two controls here. Are we piloting something, or are we on a turret section? Could be either. Could be some kind of transport, but normally you wouldn't see controls like that unless you wanted some kind of diegetic connection for the player. Yeah, we see it smash into the city. But what we do see is now a control panel here, right? So this would imply again, a diegetic interface for us, so we can see some kind of stats about our situation here in the game on screen. So maybe a turret section of some kind. I doubt that there would be an actual vehicle section, but it could be. It could be. All right. Here we have a couple things. This dude, he's not pretty. He's not pretty like the other people who got these things. Maybe, like the splicers, whatever this is, these not plasmids, mess you up. Also, he's bleeding, and we're getting a sweet shotgun from him. All right, now this is an interesting scene. So let's start off with, this is Cowboy Hat Man, one of the big three, we're assuming. We are viewing it from above, and he seems to be chanting at us. We don't see anything here that would make us think we're hidden, and we see all these thumbs down, right? Those thumbs down imply some kind of commentary on social media, sure, but also this seems like a big narrative event. And we see, well, it's a little harder. And we see, almost, there we go, that we're getting these thumbs down thrown at us while he's talking to the crowd. And it explodes in a big thing of thumbs down. So we're interacting with that guy. So that makes me think those big three are all characters we're going to be interacting with. All right, now, quick details here. This one's packed with quick details. Number one, we got classic Bioshocky posters. I just wanted to point that out. We're going to mantle this, so we have some kind of mantling going on. And then we go into a short combat sequence in a corridor with, like, shops. Very familiar. Very familiar. Let's... Okay. We have robot enemies. We got these two robot enemies that have weird anthropomorphizations with these little faces on them. They don't appear to be combat things. They kind of look like fire trucks, and they have these ladders on the side of them. And then what they shoot is going to kind of look like, fire, not hydrant, fire extinguisher, excess. Now we have this gun, which is very futuristic retro, right? It's very heavy mechanical, but also kind of looks futuristic. And then again, like I said, we had this shopping corridor. Now let's look a little closer here. We're going to see a melee attack against this guy. Then this guy's going to shoot like that. But the shot is slow, allowing us to avoid it. And then we're going to use a power to kill him. So let's see that go. All right. kick to kill. There's the shot, and like I said, there's the thing that reminds me of a fire hydrant, or fire extinguisher rather, spraying out. And then we're going to use a flame to kill the fire truck, which is irony. Why is the fire truck attacking us? We'll talk about that in a second. This appears to be more story related. Don't know exactly what's going on here, but here we have more. We have a snippet of gameplay again. It's going to give us a little vertical slice. All right, we have patrolling guy number 1, and we have enemy number 2. We have a different weapon that looks more futuristic because it's more plasticky, and we indeed have one of those power things on our left hand. Now, we're going to kill this guy, which is going to release all kinds of electricity, right? Which implies the same kind of interactive overlaying of elemental, mechanics, kind of like how you could set oil on fire or you could electrify water. And then we're going to shoot that guy who's like a horseman holding a gun, which is very different than this guy who looks like some kind of utility. This guy looks like some kind of utility droid. This guy is maybe some kind of like guard, maybe? We'll see. Oh, I forgot to mention. We're going to use a sweet power to kill this first guy. Now, this sweet power... Let's see how well I can do here. Nope. All right. There we go. You can see it. We made this spinning saw blade show up out of nowhere and then fire it off. It's just a sweet power I wanted to bring specific attention to. Also that we have a variety of powers now we're seeing. We're seeing electricity elements, fire elements. We've seen a fire power and a saw throwing power. Saw making and throwing power, rather. Right, and then this guy, we shoot in the head. Now we have another one of these guys. Right? And we're going to take the shot, directly to the gut. But again, look, he's holding a rifle with tiny little hands. I don't know what else you would... He's like... And it's a... Looks like a lever action. Seems like a lever action rifle. And he's a cowboy. Horse. He's both. Also, note, he has evil AI red eyes. We're going to use a sweet power that seems to be like some kind of yank. It's a little underwhelming in how it's used right here because we don't see it followed up on in a great way. But it looks super sweet. And again, it's a utility power for managing a battlefield, right? Yeah, now we have in BioShock, especially the first ones, there was a story reason why we could come back to life. We had those chambers, and we would come back to life. This appears to be what we're doing in this game. We're being digitally 3D printed back out, which is gnarly. Okay, now we have another combat encounter here. This robot, he's got a big old saw arm. He doesn't have another arm. He's wearing a chef's hat. This guy, and he has a butcher symbol. He is clearly a robo-butcher that has evil AI eyes and is attacking us. Okay. We are using very old school bolt action rifle. Very like 1900s. We are going to see... We're going to see that... the flying fix-its. I didn't notice that before. I guess these guys are fix-its. Anyway, we're going to see that we have a combat dodge, that we dodge away from this guy, and we're going to shoot at him. Yeah. So let's see that go. Combat dodge, and we're going to shoot him with electricity. Because, again, we got all these different powers. Something I like to note. It's blue now, not green. Don't know if that means anything, but it's cool. Anyway, he blows up in electricity. Then we have, okay, this next scene. There's something I noticed that made me go back to it. So, we're setting this guy on fire, sure, and you can see that there's people behind. It looks like a riot. But there we go. There, now we can actually see that there's a lot more shirts. If we didn't pause it, we would only see this front guy's 100% unique. But we see here, love the mission, you know, we see follow orders. Can't quite make out what the guys up in the back there are. But we're also, you know, these people all have their little electro power things. There's one right there, if you can see it. So there's some kind of like, we're facing humans too. Humans that are, in some way, going to be connected to those big three. Here we have a cinematic scene where we get sucked through a window. Now, the way that this is set up, this is a very, very cinematic bit. We also don't see much in terms of what looked like gameplay. This seems to be a cinematic moment rather than implying to me that we're going to be in and out of the space station breaking windows on purpose. Oops. And then I think that's about it, right? The Fix-It tries to stay in, and we fall out the window. And then, of course, fix what we broke. So apparently we broke something. And that's it. So that was like a 2-minute trailer, and it took us like 20 minutes, well, less than 20 minutes probably, but to talk about it. And, yeah, let me know if you thought this was interesting, helpful, useful in any way. I mostly targeted this at one person, so I'm definitely going to get their input because they say I get a lot more out of trailers than they do, so I want to show what I got out of a trailer, and this was a good one to do it. I might continue doing this, and if you, someone who isn't the person I'm targeting this at, liked it, let me know. Then I'll maybe do it more often, because I enjoyed it. I enjoy breaking down what I'm seeing in game trailers. That's it for now. Like, subscribe, comment, all the things. That's my call to action. And I'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye.